Hello and welcome aboard to the AM News. My name is Denisia Pomaiji. President John Mahama says in consultation with key stakeholders, government will soon strictly enforce weight limitations for heavy-duty trucks, expressing worry about how overloaded trucks destroy roads within a short period. Speaking at a sword-cutting ceremony for the dualization of the Takoradi-Cape Coast Road under the Big Push initiative, the president stressed that strict enforcement of the weight limits is crucial in preserving Ghana's road network. He also says that the dualization project will reduce travel time between Cape Coast and Takoradi by up to 50%. He noted that although the project timeline is set for 24 months, contractors have assured government it will be completed earlier.
The dualization of the Cape Coast Takoradi Road covers 73.6 kilometers from Cape Coast to Takoradi and is divided into 3 contiguous lots for efficient implementation. What we've done is, in the past, normally that whole road would have been awarded to one contractor, and it would take him a long time to continue until he finishes. Today, that 73.6 kilometers, we have divided into 3 lots and given to 3 different contractors so that the work can progress rapidly. So the first contractor in Lot 4 will be delivering 3 interchanges. Apart from the dual road, there will be 3 interchanges. There will be 4 bridges, and there will be 2 pedestrian facilities. The second contractor would have 2 interchanges, 3 big bridges, and 4 pedestrian crossings. And the third, for Lot 6, will provide 4 interchanges, 3 major bridges, 7 footbridges, and about 20 kilometers of service roads with a rest stop and an axle-way station. And so this contractor would provide service lanes because of the communities on the side, because they're getting into the urban area, and then they'll have a service rest stop and an axle-way station. The road will feature 2-lane dual carriageways, designs for speeds between 80 and 100 kilometers per hour, with paved shoulders, improved drainage, LED lighting, and polymer-modified asphalt surfaces for durability and safety. Each of these lots, the 3 lots, is expected to be completed within 24 months. But my understanding from the contractors is they can finish faster than 24 months.
And from the road sector, let me take you to Parliament, because majority and minority leaders have drawn swords on government's fight against illegal mining as Parliament resumes after 3 months of recess. Delivering his opening remarks in the House, Minority Leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin accused the government of failing to live up to its promises to deal with illegal mining, leaving Galamsey to destroy water bodies and also the environment. Parliamentary correspondent Kweku Asante reports.
Nearly 3 months of this House on recess. Members of Parliament are back to do the public's business. But before then, 2 new of their colleagues joined them. Member of Parliament for Tamale Central, a member for Akutia. All of them took their oath after their predecessors tragically lost their lives.
I, Seydou Mahama Abidou, do in the name of the Almighty God swear
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Republic of Ghana,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Republic of Ghana,
as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of Ghana.
It came the time for both leaders to make some opening remarks in terms of the return of the House. We heard from Alexander Afenyo-Markin, who first drew sword on the economy, and then Galamsey.
On the issue of illegal mining, we, the minority, are of the view that this represents one of Ghana's gravest governance challenges that has persisted across successive governments and which has escalated into a full-blown national crisis is the menace of illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey. The devastation caused by Galamsey to our environment. Ghanaians remain concerned about the economy. While recent indicators show modest macroeconomic gains, these are yet to bring real relief to the ordinary citizen. The truth is, stabilization means little if the youth remain unemployed and families still struggle with the cost of living. The mass dismissals across key state institutions represent a direct assault on the integrity of public service.
You got a response from the majority leader.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I'm proud to say that so far, so excellent. The energy sector is doing very well, and electricity has remained on and powering growth. So far, so excellent. The economy is rebounding, and Ghana once again is gaining economic respectability globally. So far, so excellent. The Ghana cedi is gaining strength and stabilizing. So far, so excellent. Inflation has come down to single digit, and prices are coming down, and life is becoming affordable to the ordinary Ghanaian. So far, so excellent. Let me at this juncture mention that whilst we were away on recess, the issue of illegal mining, referred to as Galamsey, became very topical. His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama spoke to the nation in a media interaction and outlined progress made so far for the multiple approaches of government to deal with this matter.
Meanwhile, about 10 MPs are working on reintroducing the new anti-LGBTQ bill back in Parliament. Reverend Ntim Fojo is leading those efforts. He says the bill must be passed.
We will pass this. We would submit it to the President, present it to him for his assent, and he can also, even in the course of the process, whether before it is passed or after it is passed, if he so thinks that he even needs to introduce some more robust legislation to serve the larger purpose of preserving the values of Ghana, preserving the values of society.
Also high on the agenda of Parliament this meeting is the vetting and consideration of Paul Bafoboni to be the next Chief Justice. The Speaker of Parliament read the nomination from the President to the House and made a referral to the Appointments Committee. Both leaders are now making it known that they are going to be spirited fight on this nomination and other key business before Parliament, with the House now expected to go on break at the end of December for Christmas. And this is a big budget meeting with the budget expected to dominate proceedings in the House. Reporting for JoyNews, Kweku Asante, Parliament House, Accra.
Now, moving on, following Tuesday's devastating fire at the Kantamanto market, which ravaged sections of the market and also left traders in despair, the Mayor of Accra, Michael Kpapo Aluti, has vowed to take drastic action against individuals who built on fire hydrants, obstructing firefighters' efforts to contain the blaze. The Mayor said the development is unacceptable and also warned that those responsible will face the full rigors of the law.
Anger and frustration as a gun fire ravaged parts of the Kantamanto market, the second in 2025, leaving affected traders in despair.
We struggle to get is to trade, and when we finally do, fire rages down all our ways. Right, we are pleading with the mayor to take action and help resolve these issues.
Whenever we buy new goods, the fire keeps burning again and again. We are pleading with the mayor to do something about it. The fire outbreaks at Kantamanto are becoming too frequent.
All my items near the wall have melted. To prevent any further damages, we have carefully moved the remaining items to a safer storage area.
The blaze, which started around 1 a.m., destroyed 2 shops and piles of second-hand clothing worth thousands of cedis. Acting Chief Fire Officer Daniela Mausi in Tosapon lamented that the obstruction of water hydrants continues to delay response times and worsen the impact of market fires across the city.
But unfortunately, we had to travel from here to Adabraka. But you realize two shops away from where the fire occurred was a hydrant, and then they had built a container on it. That's one in front of us. You know that they are even demolishing one. That is where a hydrant is supposed to be, and they've built on it, and the person is selling the water.
You must be worried about this.
It's very, very worrying, and I'm happy the mayor himself is here, and he has taken drastic action. You realize they've demolished it, and I think we'd have to take the person on.
The mayor of Accra, Michael Waku Alote, who visited the scene, condemned the development and assured that those responsible for building on water hydrants will be arrested and prosecuted to serve as a deterrent.
You can see I'm just demolishing them. I assume in office, I never knew there was a fire, there was a water hydrant here. I just find out today, and I'm demolishing whatever, and I'm going to make sure I charge the person to court and prosecute the person. You can't do this. That's why I was blaming this man here. He says he's a chairman. You saw this happening, you can report to the AMA. AMA cannot see everything. Report to us, tell us what is, I know, this is a problem that is happening here. We will attend to you. But you know wait till something happens and he said, oh, I saw the man doing the thing. You see, this is wrong. I will be happy if you check from the court, if you come to our sanitation court and find out our register.
But you should have picked them up by now.
I don't know them.
So how would you find them?
There's a gentleman here who says he knows the people. So he's going to get me to them.
While the authorities are blaming the traders for obstructing efforts to fight the fire, some of the affected traders are still counting their losses and calling for government intervention. For JoyNews, Fatao Bayaga, Kantamanto Market.
Now away from Kantamanto, the revival of the Bogosu Prestea mine is gathering pace as Head Goldfields Limited injects millions of dollars into the extensive redevelopment works. The company says it is in for the long haul, not only to restore mine operations, but also to boost livelihoods and stimulate economic growth across the Prestea-Huni Valley municipality and beyond. Traditional leaders and political leaders have welcomed the initiative, describing it as a renewed lifeline for the local economy and also a symbol of hope for sustainable development.
Community Mining Consultative Meeting in Prestea, Managing Director of Heath Goldfields, Patrick Appiah-Mensah, shared an ambitious 5-year, $205 million redevelopment blueprint for the Bogosu Prestea mine. The plan seeks to revamp the underground mine, build a sulfide processing plant, and eventually produce 285,000 ounces of gold each year when operations reach full capacity.
So this lease was acquired in November 2024, and it is for a period of 15 years to develop the mine and bring it into a profitable business that can benefit the local community and the people of Ghana. Yes, we've been here for a little over 6 months. We have not produced a single ounce of gold. The infrastructure development and rehabilitation work that has gone on, the investment that has gone on ahead of any gold production tells you our level of commitment and our seriousness to open this business. So we are not here to live tomorrow. We are here to stay.
For now, the company's main focus is dewatering the abandoned mine shaft that had been flooded after years of inactivity. About 10 million liters of water are being pumped out daily, and the team has already achieved a 75-foot reduction in water levels.
We are currently here at the main plant site of the Prestea mine, which has been taken over by Heath Goldfields. So what you can see over here, just behind me, tells that operation has begun here. Even though there are still some work to be done, it reinforces that Heath Goldfields is here to work and then revive the mine back to its state. For traditional leaders, they believe that this is doable.
I believe that so far so good. Within the short period that they have announced their presence, they are really working hard in reviving the place. And there is hope for us. Looking at what they have done, I trust that if all should go well within the mining sector, if the inspectorate comes in and they believe that whatever they ask them to do is what they are doing, there is a future for us, unlike this. the other days or the other years that has gone past us. So I believe that, yes, with heat, change will be possible for us as a community.
The Municipal Chief Executive for Prestia Honey Valley, Matthew Ayer, and the Member of Parliament for Wasa Amenfi East, Nicola Mankwa, have both thrown their weight behind the project, pledging to support Heath Goldfields in ensuring the mine's sustainability and benefits for residents.
I'm impressed about what I've seen today. It was not good. It was a lot of complaints. That's why I said today is a triumphant entry to Heath. Those times, the minister will call you, Nananomo will call you that, come to the site. There was a lot of things happening. They are taking away our concentrate by heat. You will come and you will not meet anybody as a managerial staff.
And we are going to help them, support them legally. Being a member of parliament, we're going to do whatever we need to do to support their operations for the upcoming year to be a successful and positive one to benefit all of us.
For the people of Prestia, the signs of recovery have sparked fresh hope that the community's economic lifeline may finally be restored.
From mining, let me take you now to health. Stakeholders in Ghana's healthcare sector are warning that Ghana's healthcare system could be at risk if government fails to cushion the rising cost of importing medical equipment. So, speaking during a working visit by the Korea Foundation for International Healthcare, Chief Executive Officer for the Beautiful Creations Company Limited said a subsidy is urgently needed to ease the burden on hospitals and clinics and also ensure access to life-saving technology. There's more captured in the following report.
Management of Beautiful Creations Company Limited is urging government to subsidize the high cost of importing medical equipment. The company believes this would ease the financial burden on healthcare providers and improve access to quality care. Director of the company tells JoyNews that without government support, hospitals and clinics will continue to struggle to afford life-saving technology.
We all have a common goal, healthcare, not only for Ghana, but for everyone. So if we have, taken a leap in the healthcare, there's nothing wrong. I think there's nothing wrong training them or sending our people to them with a fee, probably, so that it can also help to grow our economy.
The comments come in the heels of a visit by participants of the Korea Foundation for International Healthcare. The engagement exposed Ghanaian biomedical engineers to cutting-edge medical technology and ways of improving healthcare delivery. Chief Executive Officer Samuel Dinchi Anson says the company is committed to expanding access to advanced medical technology and building stronger sector partnerships.
Healthcare equipment are very expensive, and the facilities sometimes don't have the money to buy the equipment. That's why the government has for some time now been giving free equipment to the facilities.
Industry players say cushioning the cost of importing medical equipment could make a critical difference in saving lives. The call is for swift government action to ease the pressure on Ghana's health sector.
Also, pupils of Damanguri DA Primary School can now heave a sigh of relief following the construction and commissioning of a new 3-unit classroom block. The original 3-unit classroom built by community members as a makeshift structure had collapsed, forcing classes to be crowded together in limited space. JoyNews Impact Maker 2025 Awadi Portia Dumba, in partnership with Poducare Touch Life and Sisters Keepers, spearheaded the reconstruction of the classroom block to enhance teaching and learning at the school. JoyNews' Upper West Region correspondent Rafiq Salam reports.
Portia Dumba was posted to the Damanguru DA Primary School immediately after a national service at Lasetolu Senior School in 2022. The visit of the 2025 JoyNews Impact Maker awardee, who then was 24 years of age, to the outlandish farming community was replete with sadness, frustration and fear. At first, she thought it was a form of punishment and ways that the posting is reversed to probably to a community that she can have a more comfortable social life.
When I was first posted here, I
came alone. There was no teacher to receive me, no quarters to live in, no electricity or network connectivity to stay connected to the digital world. Yet I stayed because I believed that this was my moment to leave an impact. Having once benefited from comfort through my senior high school, I felt it was time to also give back what I once received when I was in need.
Portia Dumba, however, stayed put and shouldered on based on her personal conviction. It is now beginning to bear fruits.
I walk from house to house, talking to parents, convincing them to allow their children, especially their girls, to come to school. Many believed their daughters' only value was in marriage, but today that mindset is changing. With support, I can proudly say we are seeing results. Our journey has not been easy. As teachers, we work long hours with limited resources. We have no quarters, no electricity, and often no digital connection to the outside world. Yet every day we show up because we believe in the potential of every child who walks into the compound barefoot but live with her dream. With support from No Limit Charity Foundation, many of our learners received uniforms for the very first time, along with shoes, books, learning materials. Through their leader-sidedness efforts, we partner with 350 Ghana, and I'm proud to say that every household in Domangri now has a solar lamp.
The biggest of all, which is dear to the heart of the Domangri Primary School head teacher and residents of the enclave, is the construction of a 3-new classroom block and furnished with 60 dual decks.
A dream turned into reality. For the first time, our people will experience what it means to learn alongside only their classmates, not mixing with those older or younger. The project also came with 60 dual decks, meaning no child will ever have to lie on the floor to write.
Well, it's now time for me to hand over to Samuel Kujibrace to bring you some business news.
The government's overall budget deficit on a cash basis for the 7 months of 2025 stood at 19.7 billion Ghana cedis, representing 1.4% of gross domestic product. Now, this was less than the targeted deficit of 37.8 billion Ghana cedis. The following report has more.
According to the Bank of Ghana, the overall deficit was financed from both domestic and external sources. The government borrowed on a net basis 14.8 billion cedis from domestic sources and relied on a net foreign financing of 4.9 billion cedis. The corresponding primary balance for the period showed a surplus of 0.7% of GDP against a target deficit of 1.0% of GDP. Additionally, the primary balance on a commitment basis showed a surplus of 1.0% of GDP against a target surplus of 0.5% of GDP. The net effect of the government's fiscal operations resulted in fiscal deficit outturns, both on commitment and cash basis, lower than the target for the period, consistent with the government's budgetary consolidation objectives in the 2025 budget, as well as underlying fiscal anchor.
Let's now bring you the happenings on the commodities market. That's all in our updates for you on business. Back to you, Paul.
Thank you, Samuel Kujibrace. And that's it for the AM News. If you want more news, we've got you covered, right? Please log on to myjoyonline.com. My name is Denise Apomaje. Have a wonderful Wednesday.